Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review Silk Scream. One size kills all.
Directed by and starring Jason Matherne and co-starring Lauren Alexandra, Hunter McGregor, Steve Waltz, and Bill Heintz. This movie's about a killer that is targeting people at a t-shirt company. This is a recommendation from our top donator over on Patreon, Deke. Silk Scream is a movie I've never heard of. He said, don't look into this one, just watch it. And so we did. What do we like? I like that there was like a giallo aspect to this because it starts off really cool where we have a black gloved killer with a straight razor killing somebody and then potentially using their blood to make shirts.
On top of that, we have the contrast with the lighting and the synthy sounds.
And they did work in like really harsh pinks and different kind of lighting throughout the movie, which I really enjoyed because it did give a lot of scenes just a little boost in production value.
And it's always fun when you have like the POV killer shots. It's more of a whodunit, so the mystery aspect is there because you actually don't know who the killer could be. They did a great job creating red herrings and not showcasing the killer.
And they're all kind of weird in their own way, so you're like, okay, it all seems like they could all be the killer.
Nice to meet you.
You don't know?
Especially because it is a t-shirt company that has all of these clients that are seemingly competing for the t-shirt sales in the area.
Yeah, they're all scrambling right now because this new line of shirts called Elegant Decay just hit.
I really hope this isn't like a weird meta thing that's happening out there, but maybe it is. I guess if you're a t-shirt company, this is probably accurate.
Yeah, the t-shirt turf wars. This is a T-Turtle shirt, but I also buy stuff from T-Public. Are like those two T's butting heads right now? I did enjoy the like t-shirt puns, like more or less like the names of the people. Like there's a guy named T who works at a t-shirt place. Ari Lehman's name is Heintz, and then you have Art, who's like an artist. I thought it was kind of clever and funny that they just like name them what they were.
I don't think that Americans would find that funny.
Big highlight, Lauren Alexandra. She was the babe of this film.
Are you seriously checking out my boob?
Huh?
I know you had your soft spot for Cassie, but I liked Heather. I thought she was a great actor and a beautiful woman. Nice smile. Had a very like Shannon Elizabeth feel to her.
Definite babes, and especially Cassie. She's not credited for some reason. I mean, she is in the movie, but I don't remember her name. But it's not on IMDb. I don't know if that's for a reason or not, but she was an absolute knockout, and she added a lot of great stuff to this movie, including some nudity in a kind of a weird sex scene, because it's not really a sex scene, it's just like they are having sex, but none of the stuff that they're doing looks like they're having sex.
The guy had a deep booty grab.
His middle finger definitely touched booty hole. Hey. Put me in a movie.
And we did get some kills in this film, but I like that they tried to show everything on screen. We had like cool slices and dices and axe chops. I appreciated it.
Well, it seemed like there were some digital effects added. There was a lot of practical effects, which is good, especially for an indie movie like this. And they even printed a shirt for Wild Eye releasing, which I guess they locked distribution before they even made the movie, unless that's just like a nod, like, come on. Maybe we should be putting fucking Shudder logos in the background, just as subtle nods like, man, you know what would be great? Bloodbath and Beyond on your network. Now, we're not Joe Bob Briggs or anything, and we don't have any Darcy Mail Girl. We should get one, though, if that's a thing. Alexandra, be our mail girl. Put it right here, and we'll change the set a little bit, make it look more like a trailer park or something. Come on.
All right, speaking of plugs, the director definitely like printed films that he did as t-shirts. So
Okay, and now thinking of it, it makes more sense because I think those other movies were already put onto Wild Eye because I own some of them. That like Goreface Killer franchise, I guess this director made. I just like the cool cover of those. I don't know if those are good movies.
that's Wild Eye for you. If you look at the cover of this film, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Right, it has nothing to do with the movie. Not one bit. Like maybe it's Polly holding an axe?
Polyester. That would be funny if her last
That's
name was
probably what it is.
like I'm telling you, it was filled with t-shirt puns.
It absolutely is polyester.
I'm telling you, they tried to make these puns seamless.
Get him out of here. Switch him out, give me Darcy.
What do you want? Do you want the babes or the puns? Buns or puns?
No, that's not even a pun.
It just rhymes.
That's not a joke.
No, it is not a joke.
As we're going on like a decline here in the show, let's talk about the dislikes of this movie. Firstly, I hated basically every character in the movie.
You're still drinking coffee?
I'm just getting my fix, Heather. Beats crack, right?
It was really cringy with like the t-shirt owners, Mark and Reggie.
Which are the writer and director.
Yeah.
The next thing out of your mouth better be your tongue.
You feel bad, but like their characters were like scummy. And it was awkward watching them.
They tie up their customers.
She's tied pretty tight. This fuckface isn't going anywhere.
You feel better, Polly, huh?
And then start licking their faces and kissing them and doing weird shit. And they're like, oh, it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank.
Reggie and I wanted to play a little joke on you, and I think we might have taken it a little too far.
And then one of the girls like falls for the dude. You know what vibe this gives off? And this is not like, I'm not trying to personally attack the director. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. But what this feels like is the movie made by an incel who's like, hey, you can be creeping on girls and you deserve it. And this is what you'll get if you're a weirdo.
You gotta try it, man. It's invigorating.
Dude, Polly's halfway to the fucking cops by now.
Oh, no way. She wants it.
And a lot of instances in this movie reward terrible, creepy behavior with like, hey, girls will like you if you do this weird thing. I don't get it.
When I saw you today, I was hoping I'd get to meet you.
Yeah? Why is that?
I don't know, I just thought we had a connection.
And then when like you're talking about the story, this is only hour and a half, I think. Like I wasn't bored, but it felt like it dragged on.
And I don't know if that's because we got into everything really quickly.
This is Mark and Reggie. This here's Poncho. That's Heintz. He runs Crescent City Clothing.
It was weird, but I'm happy they kind of got it out of the way because I didn't want to learn more about these characters that I didn't like.
You didn't want to learn about Tank? You mean the guy?
Tank is kind of one of the better guys. I just realized that Tank is also a fucking pun.
They're all puns.
I hate it. I hate this. Heather. Heather is gray and white material. I'm fuming.
How mad are you that someone isn't named Gildan? Your favorite brand of shirt.
Gildan shirts are the best. Especially the heavyweight. Ooh. Ooh.
I was pretty happy when I saw that AAA box.
We have our preferences.
I like a good Gildan shirt. The quality is there. The heavy material, it lasts. But sometimes you want a little softness in your life.
I know. I'm wearing a AAA right now.
I think I'm wearing a Gildan.
What the fuck is... Okay, swap.
5 minutes later.
This does feel better. It definitely feels better. It's a little tight on me, though.
I got some room to breathe.
I don't know about this.
5 minutes later.
Well, that was weird. Not as weird as the fucking people in this movie, though. I don't want to spoil too much, but the ending is not great. The reveal was kind of weird. And maybe it comes down to me just not liking the characters. I don't know if there would have been a specific character that I would have been like, yes, if they're the killer, that would be great, because I didn't like anybody.
Yeah, like I think the best character, hands down, is the detective. He was probably the most likable.
Oh, I forgot one thing that I did like. I did like the editing. They tried to do a bunch of different match cuts, both with audio when people would finish like a sentence.
Spank bank material.
Yeah, I'd really like to.
Fuck her!
And then also when they're talking at the bar.
Yes.
You're cool, T, but I need to see his ID.
I don't know how that guy's getting ID'd, but he puts down his license and then it match cuts to the detectives throwing down files. I thought that was really cool, and they did try to add interesting elements to the filmmaking aspect.
I will say that it was odd casting choices. The guy who played T, he's not a bad actor. He's way older than how he should be acting. And it's the same with like Art.
We're talking like right now?
No time like the present, brochacho.
Cool, I'll be there in 30, brother.
It just kind of throws the whole film off.
I get it. I'm wearing a hat, but it's straight. But I'm not trying to act 20. These guys are, and it's weird. Now it's time for our final thoughts and ratings. Silk Scream started off better than it finished. There were definitely some great aspects because I did like the lighting, and some of the kills were really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't like most of our cast. It's really low-tier comedy. It's awkward and cringy humor. There were a couple like one-off lines that had me dying. However, most of the comedy was just not to my taste, and I just didn't like anybody. So while the whodunit was a fun aspect, I didn't really care when the reveal happened because I just didn't like anybody. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend this movie. So I'm gonna give this 2 floggings out of 5.
This was a really interesting concept for a film. I liked the whodunit aspect. The issue I have is the pacing. I wasn't bored. it just felt longer than what it actually was. And a lot of that has to do with the characters. There are a lot of characters that you're not gonna like, but I was entertained. The main detective was pretty badass and he did a good job. It's just one of those films that is definitely in the middle for me. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this film 2.5 best t-shirt designs out of 5.
Bears are really in right now.
Especially bears with big old dolphin dicks.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. If you haven't and you do want to check it out, links are in the description. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with everything Bloodbath and beyond.